This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. China defends the hospital loan, says concerns raised by the U.S. are, quote, based. Meanwhile, the health minister, Dr. Michael Darvill, refuting claims that the U.K. made a competitive offer for the hospital. And in our discussion today, we are talking about mentoring and the importance of this with the group celebrating a special anniversary. That's all straight ahead. I'm Dwight, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. This is Morning Blend 9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Duquesa Dean will be joining us. Also this morning, we're getting all the details of Sand's Drink and Win promotion. You definitely need to be a part of this. We'll tell you all about it. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, concerns raised by the United States over Chinese in the Bahamas to fund a new hospital in Western New Providence are, quote, baseless and absurd. That's going to a spokesperson from the Chinese embassy in Nassau. The spokesperson saying in a statement, quote, China is a trustworthy friend and reliable partner in the Bahamas. China-Bahamas cooperation involves no geopolitical calculations, seeks no spheres of influence, and imposes no political conditions. Following the revelation that the government spoke with UK officials about an opportunity for funding the project but turned it down, U.S. Charge d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish said in a statement over the weekend that Chinese investments in the Caribbean do not benefit ordinary citizens and serve only the elite. She said they leave countries with shoddy or incomplete projects and unsustainable debt to China, jeopardizing their development and sovereignty. Well, in its statement yesterday, the Chinese embassy said it, quote, does not force other countries to take sides and asserted that the U.S. should do the same, saying, quote, China does not coerce and does not force other countries. China's cooperation with the Bahamas targets no third parties and should not be interfered with by third parties. Does the hospital benefit elites and not the Bahamian people? The fact is the concessional loan to support the Nassau Hospital project at the request of the Bahamian government and following friendly consultations and due evaluation and approval procedures. Meanwhile, Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Michael Darvill says that while he met with UK officials to discuss financing for the planned new hospital in Western New Providence, no competitive offer was made to him. He said, quote, I know of no offer per se. Darvill said last week that the remaining cost of the $72 million is expected to come from local or international funding through the Ministry of Finance. An article in the Tribune Monday said that the government had sidelined a British offer to fund the new facility, quoting the UK High Commission as saying, quote, as well as the terms being competitive to that of the original Chinese offer, British companies had recent experience of building in the region successfully, and these hospitals were built to be fully compatible with European and American provided medical equipment and European and American trained doctors. The High Commission believed the offer was received warmly, and because of repeated delays in Chainside, they were asked by the Prime Minister to make the offer directly to the Minister of Health. They did so, and the offer was followed up in a letter to the government of the Bahamas shortly afterwards. Darwell, though, says that the conversation was initiated too late in the process. A prison officer shot a man outside the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. This happened yesterday. The officer saw the man on the prison compound around 3 a.m. The man allegedly brandished a gun and shot at the guard. The officer returned fire, hitting the man. The victim fled the scene and remains at large. Police are appealing to anyone with information to contact them urgently. A 65-year-old deacon is behind bars awaiting sentencing after a jury convicted him of attempted incest on Monday. The man, who cannot be identified for legal reasons, was remanded into custody after the 9-member jury found him guilty of 2 counts of attempted incest by a count of 8-1. He is scheduled to appear before Justice Renee McKay on September 30th for the penalty phase of the trial. The conviction stemmed from incidents that allegedly occurred in August and September of 2020, that the man attempted to have intercourse with his then 11-year-old granddaughter after she moved into his home with her mother, who is his daughter. The man exercised his constitutional right to remain silent at his trial. However, he challenged the evidence of his accuser through his lawyer, who suggested that the girl had made up the claims. And a man accused of molesting a 7-year-old girl has been remanded to prison. Michael Lightfoot of 2nd Street, The Grove, is accused of committing the crime of unlawful sexual intercourse on July 8th. The man, who was not required to enter a plea to the charge when he made his initial court appearance before Assistant Magistrate Carolyn Vogt Evans. He was denied bail and remanded to custody. The matter has been adjourned to October 1st, when it's expected that the matter will be fast-tracked to the Supreme Court by a voluntary bill of indictment. And we're getting closer. Water Search Corporation and General Manager Robert Deal says the corporation will move away from quarterly billing and will finally implement monthly billing by the end of the year. The corporation is implementing more smart metering systems to combat the 3.16 million gallons of water lost daily. Overseas, U.S. President Donald Trump threatening Russia with steep tariffs and announced a rejuvenated pipeline for American weapons to reach Ukraine, hardening his stance towards Moscow after months of frustration about unsuccessful negotiations for ending the war. The latest steps reflect an evolving approach from the Republican president, who promised to swiftly resolve the war started by Russian President Vladimir Putin when he invaded Ukraine 3 years ago. Trump says he would implement severe tariffs unless a peace deal is reached within 50 days. He provided few details on how they would be implemented, but he described them as secondary tariffs, meaning they would target Russia's trading partners in an effort to isolate Moscow in the global economy. And it's time for sports, brought to you by Kalik. Bahamian professional baseball player Jazz Chisholm Jr. showing up at the 2025 Major League Baseball All-Star Red Carpet Show wearing a custom-made gray vest and pants with black shoes. At the end of the day, it wouldn't be a memorable performance for him in the 2025 T-Mobile MLB Home Run Derby as he bowed out in the first round of competition. Chisholm said in an interview earlier that he just wanted to have some fun, and he certainly did that. The New York Yankees star second baseman made an early exit from the Derby, bowing out. Chisholm struggled to get any lift on his balls that he was able to connect with, and could only muster 3 home runs, 3 in 3 minutes. Read more about it, though, in today's Guardian Sports section. Amian legendary athlete Tonique Williams is among a handful of commentators selected by Tokyo, Japan. The wide range of media professionals selected for Content Creator Program and the World Athletics Media Academy as World Athletics, the world's governing body for sports. The sports of athletics aims to nurture the next generation of talent. In total, 5 content creators and 27 sports media professionals, 14 women and 13 men from 19 countries across all continental areas, have been selected for their respective programs as part of the class of 2025 for media appreciation by World Athletics. More on that in today's Guardian Sports section. And more from Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani will bat leadoff as the designated hitter for the National League today in tonight's All-Star game at the Los Angeles Dodgers star will be followed by left fielder Ronald Atlanta Braves. Arizona second baseman Ketel Marte will hit third in the batting order announced Monday by Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. Detroit second baseman Gleyber Torres will lead off for the American League, followed by Tigers left fielder Riley Green, New York Yankees right fielder Aaron Judge, and Seattle catcher Cal Raleigh. From the NBA, San Antonio Spurs stars Victor Wembanyama expects to play this coming season and has been fully cleared after dealing with deep vein thrombosis in his shoulder for the past few months. A person familiar with the situation telling the Associated Press that the Spurs have indeed received word that Wemby has been cleared to resume play and, barring anything unforeseen, will be able to fully participate in training camp when it opens this fall. At sports, brought to you by Kalik. Beer in the Bahamas, Pop the Top is back. And Kalik is giving away up to $200,000 in cash Kalik beer. And look under the cap, you could be a winner. Free Kalik beer, free Kalik merch, or cold hard cash could be yours just for drinking Kalik. Kalik reminds you to drink responsibly. In your weather for today, we've got abundant moisture and troughing associated with the tropical disturbance making its way over Florida. That's going to trigger bouts of showers and thunderstorms over the northern parts of the Bahamas today. For the rest of the country, building high pressure will strengthen breezes while promoting relatively stable conditions, with a broad upper-level trough remaining mostly stationary across the southeast Bahamas through tonight. So your outlook, the potential for severe weather, it's going to decrease by midweek as just the disturbance across Florida into the northern Gulf of Mexico. However, trailing moisture will interact with the upper-level trough, and that's going to migrate towards the northern islands by Thursday. That's going to keep chances for showers and thunderstorms elevated until conditions improve heading into the weekend. For the rest of the country, periodic brisk breezes and typical summertime weather patterns will remain in place for most of the next year. Remains anchored across the country. We are expecting the northern extent of a tropical wave to bring in another round of showers and thunderstorms across all areas beginning Sunday. For today, though, instances of heavy rainfall, severe thunderstorms, and other hazards such as tornadoes, hail, gusty winds, expect that for parts of the northern islands today. And there is excessive flooding during heavy and prolonged rainfall events for the northern Bahamas and portions of the northwestern islands. So your forecast for today for the extreme northern islands, including Grand Bahama, cloudy to overcast, 2% chance of showers with thunderstorms, decreasing to 20 to 40% chance by tonight, winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including us in the New Providence, partly 30 to 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms, decreasing to 20 to 30% chance by tonight. And for the central southeast Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds, turning mostly fair tonight. 20% chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, but gusty at times, increasing to 15 to 20 knots by tonight for the northwest and central Bahamas. East to southeast at 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 15 to 25 knots by tonight. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs for most areas around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 32, 33 Celsius. A bit cooler, if you can say that, for the extreme northern islands, as you are going to be seeing overcast conditions and rain. So around 88 Fahrenheit, 31 Celsius. The rest of the country will be dealing with the heat index, though, which will make it feel like it's 101 Fahrenheit, about 38, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 78, 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. You'll have your extended outlook coming. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Get ready to catch the thrill and win with Shell. Fuel up with $20 or more and unlock your shot at unforgettable prizes.
We're talking regatta trips to Exuma and Harbor Island.
Free fuel, grocery vouchers, water park passes, and more. To us at 242-422-0271. The vibes are high, the prizes are hot, and the summer is yours to win with Shell. Only at participating Shell stations in Nassau. Now through August 22nd. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your laptop and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whack car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
It's back to school season again. Send your kids off with everything they need, from books, uniforms to school supplies, all with a Fidelity personal loan. Apply to win amazing back-to-school prizes. Call 823-4374.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
When can I open my eyes?
Not yet. Okay, open. Do you see what I see?
It just looks like land to me.
It's our land, son. A wise investment that will grow with you.
Invest in land with CIBC Caribbean and we'll give you US $250 towards your valuation cost and 50% off your loan application fee. With CIBC Caribbean, you can choose to build, hold, or pass on to your children. Visit CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more. Conditions apply.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 9 FM.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up.
We're back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Float, Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now. Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Bahamas. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Hope you are as well.
I am fantastic. Thank you so much.
Good stuff, good stuff. Coming up today, we've got quite a bit to talk about. We're going to be talking with Sands. Their Drink and Win promotion is going on now, and it's a big one. It's a big one. Quite a bit that you could win. Thousands of dollars in prizes, weekly giveaways, and there's a big grand prize. It's going to make somebody very happy as well. So we'll find out about that later in business. We're talking with the group Men of Tomorrow. It's their third anniversary in a few days, and they have a major mentoring program. And Duquesa, we talk about this all the time, right? There's some people who are saying there's not enough programs for men, but we know that's not true. And we're going to meet a group that's doing a lot of great stuff today. So that's all ahead. But right now, let's get the news. And in the news, okay, so it's getting a little weird. I don't know if it's nasty yet, but it's a little uncomfortable. The back and forth, and it's like there's now a third group in it between the U.S. and China, and now the U.K. and the Bahamas, and everybody trying to pull to get. I don't know. I guess we're very. Very special to them. So we knew about this for a while, China and the new hospital. But some new developments have a lot of people scratching their heads and some people saying some things. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so the big headline in the National Guardian, China defends hospital loan. Because the U.S. keeps coming. Every time something happens, the U.S. says something. So our Rachel Scott writing about this today. Concerns raised by the United States over a Chinese loan given to the government of the Bahamas to fund a new hospital in western New Providence are, quote, baseless and absurd. That's according to a spokesperson from the Chinese embassy. This person said in a statement yesterday, quote, China is a trustworthy friend and reliable partner of the Bahamas. China-Bahamas cooperation involves no geopolitical calculations, seeks no spheres of influence, and imposes no political conditions. So this following the revelation that the government spoke with UK officials, United Kingdom officials, about an opportunity for financing the project, but turned it down. U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Kim Furnish said in a statement over the weekend that Chinese investments in the Caribbean do not benefit ordinary citizens and serve only the elite. She said they, quote, leave countries with shoddy or and unsustainable to China, jeopardizing their development and sovereignty. Well, in its statement yesterday, the Chinese embassy said it, quote, does not force other countries to take sides, and asserted that the U.S. should do the same. Saying, quote, China's cooperation with the Bahamas targets no third parties and should not be interfered with by third parties. Does the hospital benefit elites and not the Bahamian people? The fact is the Chinese government agreed to provide a concessional loan to support the Nassau Hospital project at the request of the Bahamian government following friendly consultations and due evaluation and approval procedures. This project respects the wishes of the Bahamas, meets the needs of the Bahamian people, promotes the development of the Bahamas, and reflects China's principles of joint consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits. So you may recall last week the government signed a deal with the People's Republic of China to fund the hospital. The facility is expected to cost $267 million, down from the original projected price of $290 million. 73% of the costs, or $195 million, will be funded by the Chinese Export-Import Bank. The government must fund the remaining 27%, or $72 million. Well, an article in the Tribune on Monday said the government had declined a British offer to fund the new facility, with the UK High Commission noting that the offer was, quote, competitive to that of the original Chinese offer, and that the hospital would have been built to be fully compatible with European and American trained doctors. So, asked about the claim yesterday, Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, said he met with the UK officials to discuss financing, but that there was never a competitive offer, or no competitive offer, and that the conversation was initiated when the Bahamian government was already in advanced discussions with the Chinese. Darville told the Nassau Guardian, quote, after the meeting, it was concluded that the actual loan itself, or the workings with the government of China, was at the advanced stages, and so basically they was pretty much at the point where the loan itself was worked out. Well, more on that in a little bit. But this exchange, though, between the diplomats is the latest between the two sides after years of growing tension over continued Chinese investments in the Bahamas. Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, yesterday reasserted Darville's account of the exchange and said that the Bahamas had no interest in becoming involved in a geopolitical war between the U.S. and China, but said that the terms of the Chinese loan were favorable. So, the Chinese embassy making the same claim, saying, quote, the loan provided China long-term and very low interest. It is another demonstration of China's commitment to supporting the Bahamas' development under the framework of Global Development Initiative and South-South cooperation. Stating that facilities built in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago have, with the funding, become, quote, models of medical facilities in the Caribbean. The Chinese embassy also accused the U.S. of being hypocritical over the narrative that China uses investments to create debt traps. It said, quote, a small portion of the Bahamas' external debt and comes with no political conditions. The very Western countries that repeated the so-called Chinese debt trap narrative are, in fact, the ones whose dominated multilateral financial institutions and commercial lenders are the major creditors and sources of debt stress. Wow. Let's read that one. Again, the very Western countries that repeated the so-called Chinese debt trap narrative are, in fact, the ones whose dominated multilateral financial institutions and commercial lenders are the major creditors and sources of debt stress. It said the Bahamas and other Caribbean and Latin American nations are not the backyard of any country, We hope the U.S. could abandon its outdated Cold War mentality and zero-sum game approach and take an open and inclusive attitude towards cooperation between China and Latin American and Caribbean countries. Well, okay. It's quite a lot there. Let's get your reaction to that before we get back to what Dr. Darville is saying about the UK and the bid and this article entirely. Let's hear from you. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. You can call us toll-free as well, 242-300-5720. DeQuesta, how do you feel about being in this game? Mm-hmm. What is the game that they're playing? Is it because it's Chinese? Is it table tennis? I don't know. Maybe that's racist, probably. So, but what's happening here?
So is this for the already announced new hospital,
Yeah.
or this is a different new hospital?
No, that's the same. Yeah, that one on New Providence Highway. Mm-hmm. They just finally signed the agreement last week. But
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I have mixed emotions about it. I have mixed emotions about it, especially with the contentiousness between the U.S. and China, and that we basically rely on both countries to help us in different ways. I hear about the reputational challenges as it relates to, Chinese, investments could potentially lead to control of a country. And then, of course, just thinking back to all the other investment that they created here, that they assisted with here, not the country itself, but a company bringing in their own workers and such. Like, for me, that's a concern because there are Bahamian workers. And then, of course, the different type of products that will be used. And then on the flip side of that, the U.S. has an issue with it, and have they proposed a loan to assist, or is it just the UK?
Haven't heard that one. No, not yet. Doesn't seem so.
No. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Very interesting, right? All right.
Very, very interesting.
The phone lines are all lit up. Let's see what our callers are saying. Good morning, caller. You are live on the air.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hi. Your phone sounds a little strange. I don't know. Yeah, you might need to call us back. Something's up with your line.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay. All right. Let's take this other one. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
And good morning to Quessa.
Good morning. Good morning.
I got it right this morning.
That's good.
You sure did.
Yes, Dwight and DeQuesta. The hotel. I mean, the hospital. This is just my. America needs to really get their act together. Because let me tell you why I say that. Right? No disrespect to them. They've been a good. But what have America built in this country in all of the years they've been here for the payments? What we could see America even offering when it relates to infrastructure, right? America infrastructure is crumbling. Look at the infrastructure of China.
Okay, so that, I don't know if that's the right way to look at this. Are you talking about the U.S. government? Because there are a lot of American investments here, but you mean the U.S. government? Because that's different.
That's it. Yeah, that is different because it's the Chinese government what we are getting these investments from, Dwight. We're not getting them from
they got
citizens.
very different systems, so it's hard to say. Right? America is a capitalist country. They encourage businesses to go and do these things.
Okay,
the
but
government would not invest in a country like this unless it's taken it over, and that's not what's happened here.
Yes, but Dwight, when we are a third
Are you there? You're breaking up.
Country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we could find ways that we could get some infrastructure that is beneficial to generation of this country being a sovereign nation, right? I don't see how that should be too much of a sign of another sovereign nation because all sovereign nation, in what I could see today, is trying to do their best in putting and making sure that the best possible infrastructure and healthcare and everything is done for their citizen.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I love America, but at the end of today, we are a sovereign nation, and we have to start guiding our sovereignty because it's all important to the Bahamas. Have a nice day.
Okay. All right. Remember now, they're playing a big role in, they helped to find the company, I guess, or I don't know exactly what the role was, but with the Grand Lucayan. Remember, the embassy was there and talked about the partnership and all that stuff. So they are definitely helping in that regard. The Coast Guard is, plays a major role in operations here in the Bahamas, sea operations. So that's a big thing. But I think here it's just like, your best friend, you're warning your best friend for that one. Don't get involved with that one, I think you deserve better than that kind of thing. Perhaps that's what they think they're doing.
Maybe. Or maybe they're, going to position this in a way that makes this country Jewish.
Well, I mean, obviously with the language, that is what it seems to be heading that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps. Let's take this call, and then I do want to get to more on the UK offer. Good morning, caller. You're on there.
Good morning, Dwight, and good morning to your guest.
Hi.
Co-host.
Good morning.
While I appreciate America, because America has done great things for the Bahamas, and we continue to work as partners in so many areas in this country, I don't understand when there's an offer on the country to the country in reference to a much-needed hospital. Okay, that's going to help our people, the conditions. I wonder if the ambassador of the American person from the government has taken a walk through or spent a night in PMH, experienced some of the conditions in our one hospital. China has, the Americans have been doing business with China for ages. They're still doing business with China. I don't like when countries or persons, like you use the terminology or the example of your best friend. I don't like my best friend getting mixed up in my business. Okay? If I'm in a desperate situation, yes, I'm gonna use the word desperate.
Don't come back to your best friend after stuff hits the fan, and right?
Whatever.
Your best friend will tell you, "I told you so."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if I need, like, say, $10,000, I'm in a desperate situation. If someone who is in a financial position to offer me that $10,000, just I need surgery or my relative needs surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am already accepted or about to sign off on this conditions to get this money. Because it's not, the interest is dead low, right? Oh, my best friend's going to tap me on my shoulder while I'm about to sign this thing and say, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
Don't you want your best friend to do those things? No?
Right.
Yeah, but on the other hand, when I look to the right, my loved one is dying. My loved one can't even get a bed or can't get service. The conditions are so bad.
And best friend's not offering you anything.
Unless you're going to come to me and say, okay, they're offering this interest, I'll even go lower, assist you with that. I don't want you getting up in my business because at the end of the day, right now in the conditions, the state of America, the United States of America, that's going through major changes. The president says America first. We as a people, we have been doing, like I said, we had the hiccups with the Bahamas situation, right? But in all this, China has also been good. I don't really hear I've heard about a major anything with China. If I'm wrong, callers or you all can correct me in that.
Well, the stadium is kind of, I don't know if disaster is the right word to use, but that...
With the Bahamas situation?
No, the stadium.
The stadium.
The stadium,
but guess what?
that hasn't gone the way
right,
anyone...
But still, then you're going to criticize them and you're going to have some... and to me, it's about control. We beating about speaking about Bahamas, Bahamas, sovereignty. right? Yes, we need guidance, we need help or whatever, but when it comes to the hospital, I am not playing any games with that. We need the hospital. Unless you're going to plop a hospital, the way you plop that beautiful embassy that you have there, or assist us with that, I don't want to hear nothing. Thank you. You all be safe, okay?
Okay. All right.
I mean, Dwight, we have to be mindful of what we have to give away to get, like, not knowing all of the conditions in the contract and just making sure that there is full transparency, right? So we get this loan and knowing more about the terms and, our record with money ain't too good. So I don't know.
All right, so someone's reminding me that the stadium was a gift; it was free. So does that mean that's why it was shoddily constructed because it was free? You can't. Well, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, okay. So if we put had some skin in the game, it might have been. I see. Interesting. So that means the hospital will be fantastic since we have to come up with quite a bit of money.
They're just giving the loan. We still have the option of hiring a contractor.
Nope. No. They're building it. They're building it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a couple more calls. I want to get to the UK. So, because if this situation is the best friends, then the UK one must have been the ex, and the ex offered you something. They're like, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want nothing from you, no matter what you batch. Right. I was gonna say it later, but I'm thinking with the UK thing, to offer, if they had offered a loan when we are speaking about reparations. That's actually hurtful. They should have said, as part of reparations, we'll build you the hospital. That's what should have happened.
I like that.
Because that's what all the reparations committee's been asking for, helping with infrastructure in the country, not giving loans to people, not paying people, but hey, you left us on our own with barely a hospital. We had to start the university by scratch. There was nothing like that here before. These are the things you should be doing for us. That would have been the way to go if you ask me. But what do I know about anything? Caller, what say you? Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight and DeQuessa.
Hi.
Morning.
I just want to make 3 quick points about our relationship with this funding and loan from China. Obviously, I'm speaking as president of the Contractors Association. One, when we borrow money from China as a loan, it comes with labor from China. That's a non-negotiable. We've seen it happen in every single instance. I don't want the public to believe anything other than that fact. That is a verifiable fact. Also, the minister had noted that when asked about the relationship of contractor from China to Bahamian, he said possibly going to be 50-50. What we also know from fact is in every agreement and these arrangements where it was not 50-50, it was 80-20 and 70-30, there had been numerous violations on Bahama, which we documented, and on recently the Point. So our concerns from the Bahamian Contractors Association are thus. One, why does the government continue to go and borrow money from an institution, a wonderful partner, where it knows it comes with labor, while you're trying to say that the Bahamas 52 years later can stand alone and do some things? A small mini hospital is nothing beyond the stretch of the major contractors in this country. Let me just say that for a fact.
I mean, do you have
contractors in this country can build a children's center? It's not beyond their capacity.
There's a little more
than that. That's the first factor that we stated.
But I mean, do you have the manpower to do it? I mean, do you have the skills, but do you have the manpower to do it?
Here's the interesting thing where we always diluting the question about manpower. Who determined what we need as manpower before the partner comes to the table and say, we'll provide our manpower? Now, if the major contractors, and I can call names, and so one of them don't have any project, They got 1,000. How much people does the hospital need? Does it need 400? Well, if it only needs 400, they have 1,000. Where's our manpower problem?
Okay,
You
but
see?
but Leonard,
So what
I
I'm
mean,
saying to you is that
you said this
people are
before
making
though.
assessments about it without explaining what is the particular challenge. Why? Well, I understand. We can't tell the government where to get the money from. But I'm saying, once you go there, you are going to disadvantage persons who have ready abilities and skill as companies who can do this work. I'm
All right.
just being honest about that.
So let me ask you this. So I mean, I agree with you. Yes, that makes sense. But also, you've said before that you can't find Bahamians for a lot of these projects. And
No. Well,
no?
let me clarify that. When I'm saying that, I'm speaking to the fact that we get $2 billion worth of work in the pipeline. We're talking about $267 million. Now, $2 billion and $267 million are two different numbers and two different capacities. So if you're talking about the projects that we've got all in the southern Bahamas, which require 3,000 people down there, that's a challenge. You're in the epicenter of labor in the country. It's New Providence. I can tell you.
But all the people
one
working on
or
these
two-
projects appear to be Mexicans or other nationalities, though. I
No,
mean,
that's not. That's what happens on the Family Islands because many of the contracts do not allow for enough monies for persons to migrate from New Providence to these southern islands for work. And I speak to members all the time who are from Nassau doing projects in Exuma, in Long Island, in Cat Island, and their workers come from New Providence. So I'm speaking to the fact that there is a shortage of labor in the Family Islands. That's just a fact of the matter. And every minister, if they're honest, is going to say that. But I'm speaking finally to this one point. Unless we say we're going to get this funding only from wherever, whether it's China, and we know it would come through, so don't get it from China, but get it from America, or get it from Europe, or go it from Africa. They met with African too. Get the money from there. And say, okay, this is what we need to build. Can you build this, Mr. X, Y, or Z contractor? We talk about PPP. I'll tell you right now, the contractors that we have existing in this country have built Bahama, have built all of the condo buildings on Paradise Island. You're talking about one small little hospital. That's a children's hospital.
well, women's and children's
PMH.
and lots of things. It's not just that. Don't diminish
But it is
but
still
it's
one facility. I've seen the plans, Dwight. Now,
Yeah.
I can tell you, I've seen it. It's not magnificent. And I'm telling you, the projects that one of the contractors I will not mention is doing in 2025 dwarfs that project now.
Wow. Okay.
So don't tell me we couldn't have done this. And I stand on this one. This is the hill I'm prepared to die on. This project did not have to get a 50-50 Bahamian or Chinese partnership. I have no. I'm saying the government of the Bahamas at some point in time has to believe in Bahamians to build things that we've been doing for now 52 years. I end on that.
Oh, don't go yet. So I'm sure you're going to have a lot more to say on your show. Nailed It Thursdays right here on
I
Guardian
will
Radio.
certainly have a lot to
But I need to have you on the show as well, so I'll get to you, and Debbie, I'll call you. But I have to ask you this. So in the mornings when I am driving and I see all the pickups with tons of people who don't look Bahamian, who are they? Who are they going to construction sites? Where are they from? Here on New Providence.
They are on New Providence, and they are probably doing specialty work on this project. Just for example, if you're in the landscaping space, where in the Bahamas do we train landscaping? Name the facility. Oh, I wish you'd say BTVI. They don't train landscaping. That's not a training facility for that. So if you're in a landscaping space, you may see persons who are from whether it is South America or whether it's another place like that, who are doing the landscaping work. If you're doing high-end glass installation, again, do we train high-end glass? And I'm talking about condo glass installation that's 12 foot tall. We don't train that in the Bahamas. They will have to import the labor for that. If you're doing residential, commercial grade stucco application, which we do not train. Again, Dwight, yes, you will see people doing general work that is not trained in the Bahamas. And that is where the labor comes from in a large part. But you're talking about, again, on a project that size, that I wasn't thinking, that capacity is taken up right on this island by the capacity of the contractors on this island. And again, we can't determine what the government does, but we have to stand up and say at some point in time, this is not beyond the scope of the contractors who do hundreds of millions of. One of our contractors do nearly $700 million a year. Don't tell me with a $267 million project. They do over that yearly for the last 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right. So
That's verifiable from their reports and earnings.
So
literally.
we got to go to break. But when I have you on, we'll talk more about it, and I'll ask you then why aren't we training for those things? But we'll talk about that when I have you on the show. Thank you very much, Leonard Sands. Appreciate it. Again, catch Nailed It Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio. DeQuest, we got to go to a break. We'll pick this up on the other side. We'll get to the UK story. A whole lot more to talk about on this Tuesday morning. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Let's go. I don't know why you don't mind your own business. Everything I do, someone's always a witness. I don't know why you don't mind your own business.
I'm Marcela Sanchez with an AP News Minute. Mike Waltz will face questioning from lawmakers today for the first time since he was ousted as National Security Advisor, weeks after he mistakenly added a journalist to a private signal chat used to discuss sensitive military plans. President Trump has nominated him to be U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. His confirmation hearing is today. And opening arguments begin this week in the trial of a Colorado dentist accused of killing his wife by poisoning her protein shakes. James Craig has denied all charges, including first-degree murder. Andrea Gibson, the celebrated poet and performance artist, died Monday at age 49 after their 4-year battle with terminal ovarian cancer. Gibson and their wife are the protagonists of the documentary Come See Me in the Good Light, winner of the Festival Favored Award at this year's Sundance Film Festival. More stories at apnews.com. I'm Marcela Sanchez.
Got your first good traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. A reminder of the work going on Joe Farrington Road. Keep that in mind. Most of that work taking place at night until the early morning hours. In your real-time traffic right now, Milo Butler Highway is seeing some heavy traffic just north of Fire Trail if you're heading northbound, all the way up to Tawny Williams Darling Highway. Seeing some slow-moving traffic on Carmichael eastbound to Blue Hill Road. Blue Hill Road just near that junction. Also slow-moving as you approach it and north of it on the way to Soldier Road. Elsewhere, just pockets along Prince Charles Drive heading into Robinson Road. You're going to be seeing some slow-moving traffic there and along the major intersections. Robinson, in fact, actually looking busy for you up to Old Trail. That's westbound. And into downtown Nassau, just some building traffic just east of Arawak Key, east of Nassau Street, heading into Marlborough Street. We'll have another update for you in the 8 o'clock hour. This morning, Blend Traffic brought to you by RBC. With RBC, your ideas happen here. Time for another check of your weather for today. We've got abundant moisture and troughing associated with a tropical disturbance making its way over Florida. That's going to continue to trigger bouts of showers and thunderstorms across the area today, especially the northern islands. For the rest of the country, building high pressure will strengthen breezes while promoting relatively stable conditions with a broad upper-level trough remaining mostly stationary across the southeast Bahamas by tonight. The northern extent of a tropical wave, though, is going to bring another round of significant showers and thunderstorms across the area beginning Sunday. For today, though, we're looking at cloudy to overcast conditions for the extreme northern Bahamas, including Grand Bahama, and there is the potential for severe weather with heavy rainfall, severe thunderstorms, and possible tornadic hail, gusty winds. Residents urged to pay attention to all notices from the Department of Meteorology. There is a risk of an elevated risk of flooding during heavy and prolonged rainfall events for the northern islands and portions of the northwest Bahamas. So again, cloudy to overcast for the northern islands, 40 to 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, decreasing to 20 to 4% for tonight. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, cloudy to cloudy today, a 30 to 50% chance of showers, with thunderstorms today decreasing to 20 to 30% chance by tonight. For the central and southeast Bahamas, a mix of sun and clouds, turning mostly fair tonight. 20% chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms. High temperatures around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. Not as hot for the extreme northern islands with all the cloud cover and potential rain. So highs around 88 Fahrenheit, 31 Celsius. For the rest of the country, though, the heat index will still be a factor, making it feel like it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 79 to 80 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook, for Wednesday, tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy across the northern and northwest Bahamas, partly sunny to sunny for the central and southeastern islands. By Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy again with the northern and northwest Bahamas, partly sunny to sunny with the central and southeast Bahamas. Some changes by Friday, drier with mostly sunny conditions, turning mostly fair at night. Partly sunny to sunny by Saturday, and then a mix of sun and clouds by Sunday, becoming cloudy to overcast throughout the period and an increase in rain chances. We'll tell you more about that system over Florida and heading into the northeastern Gulf in our next weather check after the 8 o'clock news. This is Morning Blend 96.9.
It's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Shell, you home? My gas just gone out. Let me that small barbecue tank you have. I tell you, long time, go get a barbecue tank from Caribbean Gas. They just got them. Now you know they always have the best prices. Tell them you heard it on 106.5 FM and they will give you $5 off. Caribbean Gas, 361-6007 or 552-9597. You want to use my phone? Here, call them now.
Are you dreaming of a brighter future? The answer is right beneath your feet. Buying land is a wise investment. You can build a home, hold it as collateral, or pass it on to your children. And with CIBC Caribbean, buying land is a bold move you can make right now. CIBC Caribbean is giving you US $250 towards your valuation cost and 50% off your loan application fee. Visit CIBCCaribbean.com for more details. CIBC Caribbean terms and conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
We got bad ways and we bad pay. I say we got bad ways and we bad pay. I don't care what nobody say. We got bad ways and we bad pay. Now to most of you, this is no news, as most of us have been abused by so-called friends and family too. They come to borrow on bended knees. Hey, lend me some money, man. I really need it, please. So you lend them the money, no fuss, no crap. Here now the problem when it's time to pay back. We got bad ways.
We're back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with Duquesa Dean. And we continue our discussion about what's in the news. This back and forth between the U.S. and China. Now the UK's in it on who we should get money from and who we shouldn't get money from and all this stuff. All right, so Duquesa, before we get back to we have a whole lot of text messages and calls coming in. Want to get in more in depth into the UK side of this. So our Rachel Scott writing about this again today. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville said yesterday that while he met with UK officials to discuss financing for the planned new hospital in Western New Providence, no competitive offer was made to him. It's a little bit different from what was said in the Tribune yesterday. Darville told the Nassau Guardian, quote, "We did meet, and there was no real offer. I know of no offer per se. The remaining costs of the loan of the for the hospital, a maternal and children's facility, is expected to be $267 million, down from the $290 million initially anticipated, and that $72 million is expected to come from local or international funding through the Ministry of Finance. 73% coming from the Chinese Export-Import Bank. So, an article in the Tribune Monday, though, said that the government had sidelined a British offer to fund the new facility. The UK High Commission told the Tribune, quote, "As well as the terms being competitive to that of the original Chinese offer, British companies had recent experience of building in the region successfully, and these hospitals were built to be fully compatible with European and American provided medical equipment and European and American trained doctors." Is that, are they suggesting that potentially what you get from somebody else might not be compatible? What are they saying? What do you think?
But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So was there no comparable offer?
Well, let's keep reading. Let's see. So according to the UK, the High Commission believed that the offer was received warmly, and because of repeated delays and changes in terms of the Chinese side, they were asked by the Prime Minister to make the offer directly to the Minister of Health. They did so, and the offer was followed up in a letter to the government of the Bahamas shortly afterwards. Darville, though, claimed yesterday that the conversation was initiated too late in the process. He said, quote, "We did meet with the British Exim Bank at the final hour after the whole thing was pretty much completed. We had a very fruitful meeting, and I outlined the project and where it was, but he didn't offer me anything competitive, to be honest with you. But we did meet. After the meeting, it was concluded that the actual loan itself, or the workings with the Chinese government, was at the advanced stages. So basically, they came to us pretty much at that point, at a point where the loan itself was worked out." Well, referring to the loan, U.S. Secretary of Affairs Kimberly Furnish said over the weekend that Chinese investments in the Caribbean leave countries with, quote, "shoddy or incomplete projects and unsustainable debt to China, jeopardizing their development and sovereignty." Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Trey Ramming, said yesterday the government of the Bahamas has no interest in becoming involved in geopolitical wars between the U.S. and China. As it relates to the UK's interest in funding the hospital, Ramming said Darville also indicated to him that the deal with the Chinese was in the advanced stages when the government was approached about a deal through the British bank. The government had, this is Ramming now, the government had communicated more than a year ago its intent to proceed with securing funding through the Chinese Export-Import Bank. He noted that the Bahamian government indicated to the UK group its willingness to work together on the financing of future projects, but said the offer from the Chinese Exim Bank was, quote, a very favorable financing arrangement for the government of the Bahamas. Let's get your reaction to that. When did they have the meeting? Was that well after they talked with the Prime Minister, who told them to go to the Minister of Health? I don't know. What were you going to say, DeQuesta?
Well, I mean, I'm confused. He's saying that the UK came when they were in the advanced stages. Was the contract already signed? Because you have conversations with someone and you're advancing conversations, does that mean that you have to accept their offer? If a contract, if they were in the advanced stages of negotiation, but was the contract signed?
The contract was signed last week.
Right. So when did the UK come? Before you signed the contract?
Obviously.
Right.
But you're saying that it wasn't too far along for them to not consider the British offer. Basically. Yeah. Interesting. All right, so let's get your reaction to it, folks. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Let's take these calls really quickly, but I do need to get the text messages. We've been getting them all morning, haven't gone to them yet. But let's get the calls out. Good morning, caller. You are live on the air.
Morning, cousin, right?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, DeQuesta.
Good morning.
Listen, darling, I want you to unconfuse yourself because you've been living in the Bahamas. This Grammy boy, GNN. You unconfuse yourself. You've been living in the Bahamas. And we have now come to learn that our politicians don't tell us the truth. They don't give us no information. And when they tell us something, they tell us what they think we want to hear. You understand me? Now, I hear a lot of callers. Bahamians, we need to take our heads out of the sand. I'm serious this morning. Take your head out the sand. Learn to read. Get the Guardian. Read. Do some stuff. Go around the world and research. Because the first thing this newscast told me this morning was that the Americans and the British met in terms of furnishing us with a hospital. It rejected. And there are many times before when I hear the Americans accuse us of being biased when it comes to contracts, giving them contracts. So don't call the show talking about, the Americans, they don't offer something. You got to first be invited to the table in order to get something done around here. Now, Dwight, I hear you're talking money. Yes, the contract was already signed. You know what we signed off for? $190 million. That's what the Chinese, the entirety of the contract. The Chinese say it's 260 something. The Bahamian government say it was 290. Where they get the 290 from, only God knows.
Well,
we still got to go look for $70 million. Okay? These people are being disingenuous. You understand me? And I want Bahamians to listen. That hospital is not a general hospital. It is a specialty hospital for women, pregnant women, and children.
There'll be other services there, too.
Pardon me?
There'll be other services there, too.
Yeah, but Dwight, what kind of other services? Sweeping the floor and mopping with bucket?
No. We went through the whole list yesterday.
See, Dwight, when it comes to I go 3 times a week to Princess Margaret for 7 years. I know what a specialty hospital means. I know Webster. And they specifically say for pregnant women, a little blood bank or something, and children. And baby woman that may have no children. You understand? And we need to stop it. I have some.
This is very deep. You've been saying this a lot, but it's getting deeper.
Listen
the conspiracies. I mean, there's a conspiracy factory in this country. I don't.
Yes,
it's the largest in the world.
I can tell you something a long time. but I say I can hold that for a moment.
Please,
like this.
I don't think I can handle it. Okay.
The Princess Margaret Hospital has been understaffed for a million years now. We all know that. That's why we go into Ghana. Like one of my best friends in there yesterday, she from Ghana. And then we got the Filipinos, Cubans, God knows, and whoever else. I get some alleged information
Please.
that because the Chinese, hello?
I'm listening. Don't go too far.
Because the Chinese are funding that hospital, which means that money, they don't do nothing for nobody, going right back to China. They furnish it with their workers, so that money going right back to China. Chinese doctors and nurses in there. Because PMH cannot accommodate that. See, these people got to stop. Dr. Doolittle, they've got to stop this.
Okay. All right. Wow. I may need to go to the hospital to deal with my headache after all that. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Maybe we should stick to the text line. What do you think? Caller, good morning. You don't make me regret this, please. Mm-hmm.
Dwight, good morning. How you doing?
I'm trying to make it.
Her Excellency, Ms. Furnish is when she presented her credentials, obviously she came very, very, very qualified to the Bahamas. So I'm not under the impression or the illusion that she is acting in a manner that is not in keeping with her appreciation for best diplomatic, moves as it pertains to the U.S.'s interests. So I wanted to put that to bed to say that I'm not stumbling through it. She's doing it with a very clear eye. That being said, I'm on the Bahamas' side with this. I believe that when you look at the fact that diplomacy can be done behind closed doors, concerns between countries can be expressed, and various positions arrived at, and most of the times the citizens don't even know a thing about it. You use the example much of the morning as best friends.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if your best friend put your business out in the street like this?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Happens far too often for a lot of people.
Exactly. So when your best friend put your business out in the street, are they doing it in your best interest? So my point is that when you understand diplomacy, sometimes diplomacy, this type that the Shade Affairs is carrying out, can only most of the time result in escalated tensions between the parties or damaged relationships. To the extent that she's been relentless, this is her first go at this.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to the conclusion that as important as the Bahamas' relationship is with China, America, as quote-unquote our best friend, is acting in a manner to damage that relationship that can and can possibly lead to unnecessary tensions between all three parties. And it doesn't have to be. It's a reckless diplomacy as far as I'm concerned. And I personally, as a Bahamian, call on the American Embassy, Charge Affairs, to take a different approach. This is not helpful. It's not best diplomacy. They have resolved other issues with the Bahamas quite quietly and quite much behind closed doors. So in this particular case, I'm asking her to use those other channels that are open to her and make her concerns known to the Bahamas government and stop seeking to damage important relationships to the Bahamian people. That's as much as I would say.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Thank you very much. That's a lot. One more call. We've got to go to the text messages. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Good morning to your co-host. You know, I agree with the caller just now. Because the way America today is doing things is different from the way they did it yesterday. And even though, like I heard you were saying, Dr. Dowell said, the UK came in a bit late. I tend to believe, I usually don't believe much what he says, but I tend to believe that the deal with China was already, given the okay to go ahead. The papers might not have been signed, but they probably have already said, yes, we will take it. That is probably why he did not back down and look deeper into what the UK was offering. America, for one, don't offer you anything for anything in return. They will tell you not to do, and that's all you can get from them. Something really big that they want. That's it. That's all they just don't want China to get.
Well, we might
to
not
them.
know. We might not be privy to. The public might not be privy to what. But okay, I hear you though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because I've been watching a lot of what they was doing recently, and they've done it with a lot of other countries, and they just tend to strong arm you and offer you nothing if they want. They can still strong arm you, but they want what you got. They're not gonna step in there and assist you the way China has stepped in and assist. You know, because I've noticed even countries in Africa is doing the same thing. They run into China for assistance because all America is doing is trying to put an army base in and to keep China and Russia out. That's it. I ain't see them doing much to help you. They cut off all the food assistance they given. There's a whole lot of nonsense. So I would stick with China.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All
but
right.
for now, that's how I see it.
A lot of text messages, DeQuesta, let's go through these. This person says here, Dwight, this is what happens when you start letting a foreign country dictate how you do your business. That doctor's issue, I guess the Cuban doctors are talking about first, and now we see that was only the first of it. Now this, we should have taken the stance the other Caribbean countries took. The door has now been opened. Well, this has been, the previous caller said this has been going on for a little while now, but it is getting louder and more frequent that we're hearing the U.S. caution countries like the Bahamas about dealing with countries like China and Cuba. Yeah. This person says here, does this project really benefit the Bahamas or does it benefit a political party trying to win re-election? Okay. A hospital. Yeah. That's how we're thinking. I mean, yes, it really could be both, but that's we're thinking sinister reasons to build a hospital. That people have been saying we need to diversify the hospitals that we have, but it's all everybody look at everything like, why are they building this thing? Oh boy, okay. Well, we heard the previous caller, right? What we really need as Bahamas is a renovated and revamped Princess Margaret Hospital, which is adequately staffed by physicians, nurses, and allied health care professionals. We need all of it. We need specialty hospitals. We need PMH to be fixed. We need other trauma centers.
And I don't really know if to say adequately staffed either, because I spoke with a Dr. Netes yesterday, just really talking about the fact that they don't have some of the beds they need to save lives. So this is a deep problem. We're building a new hospital, but the one that we on needs to be resuscitated as well. So the intent, yes, is to help, but I also want to know, why aren't we putting more emphasis and focus on the existing facility that we have and making sure that it can save lives and that it has the supplies, like pay your bills, government, so that the hospital could get the supplies that they need. Like, why are we doing that?
The texter goes on to say, a child and maternity health hospital is a nice goal, but if we can't get the basics sorted out, then an investment of such a size is going to be a waste of money or means for somebody to get some cash underneath the table. Hey, anything's possible, but also maybe this will help if you remove from PMH and put it over there. Maybe then they can finally focus on some of the other things that are issues with that facility. Is it not possible at all? No? I'm just asking. I don't know. This person says, of all the challenges facing the various U.S. agencies at the moment, this one is super easy. If the concern for the Chinese agenda and practices in the Bahamas are that suspect, on this one, tell the Chinese come from around here and swiftly provide the loan required to complete. Or does that make sense? Or do it for free. How about that? The U.S. will never offer to assist with that. You mean with the hospital? This person says here, after that travesty of the National Stadium and Bahamar, the Bahamian government should haul tail from China. I would think the UK offer is more beneficial to the Bahamas because it doesn't come with all those workers like the Chinese offer. This one says here, is it sad that this comes up when the U.S. is cutting foreign aid as much as they are, opening the door for others to step in? Another text. The Minister of Health version of the events is not as detailed as the UK officials' detailed disclosure. The minister is known to shy away from the truth. Oh, Lord. Alone would have required transparency and accountability, something the Chinese avoid. And they're going to say some things that I can't repeat. Why Chinese workers have to do the work in the hospital? Is this the only way the government could have gotten the money from China? As it is true, the workers who are coming from China are prisoners from China. I don't know about that. Wow. And what the Prime Minister should have done is to enter agreement with his web shop buddies, public-private partnership to build a new hospital so Bahamians can build it. Okay. A few more messages here. I had this text written about a week ago and I didn't send it, but glad that the topic came back around, and thank you for the opportunity to share it with all my fellow Bahamians. Okay. I'm just pointing out that both parties are using the immigration and illegal immigration as a political springboard. Is this the right topic? To obtain votes to either remain in office or to get in office. I honestly should have recorded the F&M workers campaigning in Engliston yesterday. Dwight, they didn't stop to one Bahamian's home or yard. All Haitians. I know because they are now my neighbors, mostly undocumented, 2 to 3 legal through the assistance of Bahamians that don't like Bahamians. What? Another 6 to 9, they harbor and hide the others. Have you told anybody about this? Young girls that don't go to school, only church or the government pump, 5 o'clock in the morning. Wait, no. A bunch of men in their 20s that a Haitian that works for a company claims they are his sons. This is a lot. I have reported, I've snitched, called out, and I was about to run them myself because the same people that walk around taking statistics do this to you before concerning this. I pray that the powers that be will be replaced. Who cares? Anything would be better than these two non-Bahamian-minded political parties. Well,
that certainly was a lot to
the
snap.
wildest text I've had in a long time. What? Send your address. I won't read that on there, but huh? And you're saying the parties only went to their homes.
I find
Well, you can't
find
make
it
this up.
believable. I find it believable.
What?
So I do. I do. They court votes. I find it very believable. Very, very believable.
Oh, man. Okay, that's crazy. Let's go through these really quickly. Tell the producer to play People Let Me Tell You About Your Best Friend. Which one? Which one is that? Okay. You mean the song Best Friend. Okay. Well. Oh, boy. China is not interested in taking over the Bahamas. Ask the U.S. what happened to Puerto Rico when they try to talk about that country. Sure. Ask Hawaii what happened when America took over their country. Well, Hawaii might be a little better than Puerto Rico, but no one can afford to live in Hawaii. So that this person says here, do people think that the loans that are given with such incredible low rates and long-term payback, do they think they come without conditions? The Chinese government, they're very smart, and they think in the very, very, very long term, we're going to be indebted to them. When they call these loans due, as good as it looks on the outside, we're going to be indebted to them. These loans come with strings. Okay. People bring up Bahamar. People bring up a lot of old stories. Bahamian contractors have been working on the 18-month never-ending incident emergency renovation project that has been going on since year 2 or 3 of the Menace administration. I don't want them anywhere near the new hospital because it will take 20 years to be completed. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think it's as simple as a contractor's thing. I think it's much more complex. I think it has a lot to do with governments and changing administrations. But I don't know for certain. But yes, everyone's very concerned about that. We have the manpower. Also, the government should sell shares in the new hospital, and it could get the funds to start it off. Let us, or the UK, finish it off. The Chinese, that's bad news. But anyway, in a few years, we will say why. We will see why. I also live, Oh, this okay, sure. And this text here: maybe some secret deals were offered. You never know. It's getting wilder. China and Cuba are communist countries and are human rights violators. The U.S. government should censure the Bahamian politicians for dealing with these two countries. Okay. Instead of maternity, I don't even know what this means. Why not do a specialty hospital for cancer where Bahamians can benefit instead of maternity where mostly Haitians will benefit? Okay. It's getting wilder than possible. I think we need to take a break.
Haitians don't get cancer then? I don't know.
Wow. So what about the children? They have a problem with the children thing? Are there only Haitian children now? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting times. Y'all are fun. Y'all are very fun. Let's take a break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Wow.
Sugar to the naked eyes. Fake friends are haters, dressed up in disguise. Salt looks like sugar until you get the taste. Fake friends are haters, smiling in your face. Don't fear the enemy who attack you. Beware the fake friends that hug you. Who attack you? Watch out for them fakey friends.
Doesn't mess about when it comes to product range and product knowledge.
If it's a new product come in the store, we walk the store and study that product.
One thing with our boss, if a new product comes in, he takes the time and he's always keeping us up to date with product knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had 9 weeks of different products that we had to study, and we had exams at the end of each product.
Yeah.
The only way we can sell the product effective, we have to know that product. Yeah, that helps us to relate to our customers. It gives us better knowledge to know what product to introduce to them. You understand? So we can know what product to give them to use and what product not to give them to use.
Mm-hmm.
So product knowledge is really key in Sherwin-Williams.
They got the keys. And the key is the product knowledge that comes with our extensive product range at Sherwin-Williams Paints, Bahamas. Find color in every day.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else. All to redefine what's possible. For everyone, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Wendy's and Coca-Cola is giving away up to $25,000 of hot cash this summer. To enter, upgrade any premium combo from 1 through 12 to a medium or a large for your chance to win the grand prize of $10,000. Don't miss your chance to win big this summer. Visit your neighborhood Wendy's, upgrade your favorite lunch combo, and win hot cash. Rules and restrictions apply.
Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik, and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
We've got your final look at weather for today. Here's what's happening. We are seeing abundant moisture and troughing associated with the tropical disturbance making its way over Florida. More on that in a bit, but that is triggering bouts of showers and thunderstorms across the extreme northern Bahamas today. For the rest of the country, though, building high pressure will strengthen breezes while promoting relatively stable conditions with a broad upper-level trough remaining mostly stationary across the southeast Bahamas through tonight. So severe weather possible for today for the extreme northern Bahamas and portions of the northwest Bahamas. That will include heavy rainfall, severe thunderstorms, possible tornadoes, hail, gusty winds, and flooding is likely during excessive rain or heavy rainfall and prolonged rainfall events today for the northern and northwest Bahamas. Improving conditions after today, though, through to the end of the week before another system, the northern extent of a tropical wave, move into the area by the end of the weekend. For now, though, for today, again for the northern Bahamas, a 40 to 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, decreasing to about 20 to 40% chance for tonight, but cloudy to overcast conditions expected. For the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, a 30 to 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, decreasing partly cloudy to cloudy. The central and southeast Bahamas, better conditions, a mix of sun and clouds, turning mostly fair tonight, only about a 20% chance of showers with afternoon thunderstorms. For the extreme northern islands, look for highs around 88 Fahrenheit as a result of the overcast and rainy conditions. That's about 31 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 77 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius. The rest of the country will see highs around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 32, 33 Celsius. The heat index will still be a factor, making it feel like it's close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to around 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. For Wednesday, tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy across the northwest and northern Bahamas, partly sunny to sunny for the rest of the country. That's going to hold for Thursday. Mostly sunny and a bit drier for Friday into Saturday. And we return to a mix of sun and clouds for Sunday, becoming overcast by Sunday night and up to a 30 to 50% chance of showers for especially the southeast Bahamas by Monday. In the tropics, this area is what's causing the severe weather we are likely to see for portions of the northern Bahamas. This area east of the Florida Peninsula that is moving into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. It's about offshore right now of the east coast of Florida, forecast to move westwards across Florida and reach the northeastern Gulf by midweek. Has a medium to 40% chance of tropical cyclone formation through the next 48 hours and through the next 7 days as well. The tropical depression may form by the middle to latter part of this week as it moves across the Gulf of Mexico. We'll keep an eye out on that for you. No direct threat to the Bahamas other than what we're seeing with the rain and thunderstorms today. That's your Morning Blend Weather Check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Are your walls giving major L? Well, time to fix that at your nearest Sherwin-Williams paint store. They've got vibrant colors delivered with professional vibes. Done listening, will start glistening with Sherwin-Williams paints. Your final look at traffic for the morning brought to you by RBC. With RBC, reaching your goals happens here. In your real-time traffic, some streets are wet, so keep that in mind, but not much to talk about on this Tuesday morning. Out there. It's a real-time traffic in your Morning Blend Traffic Alert brought to you by RBC. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
I'm a boatman, a seaman. My work is on the water.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean. And this morning we're getting details about this very exciting promotion from Sands, the Drink and Win promotion going on right now. Oranique Hamilton is with us. Good morning. Great to see you. Good morning. Let's get your mic up there. There we go.
Good morning.
Hey, we can hear you now. Good to see you. This is exciting and some amazing prizes. When did it start?
Yes, it's very exciting. We are ready for an epic summer as usual. Mm-hmm. We started June 30th and we're going straight through October 3rd, and the grand finale will be at Awa Key on October 11th.
Okay, all right. So tell people how this works.
So it works that you go to any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or participating accounts throughout the Bahamas, and you purchase a 6-pack of Sands, bottles or cans, Sands Light, Sands Pink Radler, or Sands Passion Radler.
Okay.
Once you purchase those...
Only those ones.
Only those 4 SKUs, okay? Mm-hmm. So any of the Sands family brand you purchase, once you get that, you'll receive a jet ski ticket.
Okay.
And you fill out your information on it, and you drop it in the box.
And the grand prize?
The grand prize is ultimately a Yamaha Wave Runner.
Okay.
And then for those, cash is king. We also have a second prize, which is $4,000.
Oh, wow.
A third prize, which is $1,000 cash. Mm-hmm. But however, every week we have a prize at every location.
Yeah, like okay. What type of prizes?
Bears, other cash, Yeti coolers, along the same lines as what we did last year.
Yeah.
But just better prices and more bear. Okay?
Well, that's always a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this year, we also have a winner's circle. Mm-hmm. So once you win this year, any one of the weeks, you're also entered to win, again, one of the larger pools of prizes. Okay?
Mm-hmm. But no matter what, you're going to be entered to win in the grand prize.
Yes, and your ticket is re-entered into the barrel for the grand prize.
Fantastic. How's the response been so far?
So you have a chance to win multiple prizes from your one purchase.
Yes, it's multiple prizes. Yeah. Okay. So excellent. I can't keep up. Very excellent. The community is excited. Actually, my guy out there greeted me. He was like, you came to talk about the prizes, right? And I was like, yes, I'm here to tell you that this summer it's all about Sands. It's a Sands summer. It's epic. Follow our page on Instagram and Facebook to keep updated on what we're doing. And of course, we also have block parties where you can enter to win. Okay?
Tell us about that. How does that work?
So you just go to the account that we're hosting a party at. So if you follow our page, we had one last week at the Bay Restaurant and Lounge. We were also a part of their independent celebrations. But next week we'll be at Gordo's on Cowpen Road. And we will also be hosting a party there. So with 100 jams. So
that's okay. We'll forgive you this time.
She paused for a minute.
That's okay. We're all friends here.
I'm supposed to get my guy.
What does a block party look like, though? What when you say a block party? What
tents, flags, music, promo girls, samples of other brands normally join us. Just music, and you could. We do that to support our local accounts, our local customers. We give them that business and that boost for commerce, to come out there and let everybody just come and just have a celebration.
So you still have to buy a 6-pack there? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but you get one free under the tent.
Oh.
So you get an additional bear and swag, gifts, and gear under the tent as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
So it is definitely a 6-pack. You can't just buy 3 or...
No, it's a 6-pack. So it's a 6-pack per 6-pack sale.
Per 6-pack.
Okay? So once you have that 6-pack sale on your receipt, we're good to go. If you get 12, you get 2 tickets. If you
buy
get
4, a
case,
you get 4. Okay.
So it's per 6-pack. There's an entry per 6-pack.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And you said you can enter straight, or even on the 3rd you would be entered?
Yes, on the 3rd you can enter. Grand Bahama, Abaco, Exuma, Long Island, Eleuthera, Bimini, New Providence, of course. Throughout all of our participating accounts, I'll name a few for you. So you have Fluid Factory, you have TTR in Bimini, you have all the restaurant supplies, Blue Hill Road, East Bay, Mackey Street. You also have Island Wines and Spirits. You have Base Road. You have Kirky. You have all of your favorite or your neighborhood watering holes that you can go to and enter to win. Okay?
So last year, like, was there a person who set a record for the most entries? Was there anything like that?
No, I couldn't even count the bin couldn't even spin.
Oh, really?
It was so many entries. Oh, wow. It was, last year was epic. Last year was insane. So
I remember last year the watercraft was in the stores.
It's in the store.
Where do you see? Where can you go and see it now?
You could see it at our Carmichael Road location. It's opposite the drive-through Wendy's or Lickety Split on Carmichael Road. You can go there. You can take photos. You can try it. You can try it out.
Sit on it. Yeah.
Just don't break it.
Don't break it. And it's been floating, right? So it moves, or you're going to keep it there? You're going to keep it there. Okay. So you have to go to Carmichael to see
it. Or you can even go to one of our partners at Harborside Marine. Thank you. There's a display there as well.
Oh, yeah.
If you would like to see the Wave Runner. So yeah, you have a few locations you can see it at, or you can see a photo of it. We have huge life-size cutouts of the jet skis in our retail locations.
So this is an interesting prize. Is it because of the boat and the theme? Is that why a Wave Runner?
Not necessarily a Wave Runner, simply because it is the perfect prize that connects all demographics.
Yeah.
You know, whether you are in the Carmichael area, you live in Abaco, in Nagua, whatever, everybody wants a Wave Runner.
Yeah, and you're not too far from the water.
No, and it comes with the trailer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this takes it up to another notch.
Yeah, you don't have to figure it out. We just
that's a big prize.
It is, and like the winner last year, he was actually at the party.
Okay.
And he was like, we could hook it up now for you. But we drop it to him the following morning.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. So
That's
it does
pretty
come
cool.
with the trailer.
Yeah. And even if you come second, $4,000, that's nothing to sneeze at, right?
And
that could be very helpful right about now. All right, so one more time, Oranique, remind people what they need to do to be a part of this big drink and win promotion.
Okay, so for the Drink Sans and Win promotion, all you do is purchase a 6-pack of Sans Light, Sans Passion Radler, or Sans Passion Pink Radler at any Jimmy's Wines and Spiritual location or participating accounts, okay? And some of those accounts, as I called earlier, we're going to also add Antique, Base Road, Restaurant Supply, Blue Factory. You purchase that. You get a receipt. You fill out the jet ski, enter to win ticket with your information. Please make sure you have minutes on your phone. Oh, no, you don't. Just make sure your phone operates.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'll do my best to track you down. Okay? But the best thing is, if you know you've entered to win, come to the party.
Yeah.
Okay? You fill that out, drop it in the box, and you have a chance to win instant or quicker prizes during the week. The winner's circle every 4 weeks, and then the ultimate grand prize October.
Excellent. And do you know where the party is going to be yet?
Awaki.
You said it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So just be there.
Just be there.
For a great time.
Yes. We have, for the 3 large prizes, 2 of the winners attended the party, actually.
Okay.
And the footage on that was crazy. Like, they were crying. Like, they couldn't believe it. And, the store managers, they were working the event too, and it was from their stores.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we also had a guy who won, but he didn't enter to win at the store. He entered to win. So you can also do that as well.
Oh, boy.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
I may have missed the brands. I heard you say them, and you said them pretty fast. But for those who want to participate but don't drink beer or don't drink alcohol, are there any ways that they can purchase and play too?
Purchase for a friend.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
No, Dwight, no.
No, those are that's the only brand you can use to
The
play
Rattlers
to win.
are low in alcohol.
Yeah, they're low in alcohol.
Okay.
They're very fruity, very refreshing.
Yeah. Was it like 2%?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 or 3%. Okay.
Yeah.
Not even 3, I think.
Not even. No. So there you go. Yeah. So, hey, this is going to be great, and it's going on now till October 3rd.
Yes.
Drink, Sans, and Win.
Yes, Drink Sans and Win.
Can't wait to hear. Hopefully it'll be A familiar name. October 3rd. R.D. Campbellton, thank you so
Yes.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you
to
for
Sands
having
and Jimmy's. And we look forward to see how this goes in just a few months. We're going to take a break for news, folks. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
I'm a boatman, a seaman. My work is on the water. Free diving, throw no line is how I survive. Listen, from foggy to yellowtail, from jackfish to killer whale, I jump in my dingy boat and I head on down the coast. I need a fish to bite. My kids gotta eat tonight, so I do what I gotta do. Take some fish back for them to stew. I've been in the trade long, and I was very strong. By my father's hand, you try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean. And this morning we are going to be talking about a mentoring program. The group is called Mott Squared, Men of Tomorrow, and they're celebrating their third anniversary. And we are very pleased to have with us Chairman and Program Director and Anniversary Chair and Reward and Recognition Service Chair and Mentor, Dario Maycock. And these are long titles. These are very long titles. We have the Mott Square Corporate Bahamas Business Advisor, Entrepreneur Pillar Lead, and Mentor and Recruitment Consultant, Keith Dean. Let's get your mics up there. There we go.
I'm so excited for this conversation and for whatever it is that they're offering. I am so excited about this.
And Ms. Dean, we are excited to be here and to offer our program to you.
All right, wonderful stuff, because we've been having conversations for weeks now, people saying there's not enough programs for men, and we know that is not true. But tell folks about yourselves. Mott Squared, Men of Tomorrow. What is it all about?
Mott Squared, Man of Today, Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, it's two? Okay.
Yes.
So there's two T's. Mott Squared, Men of Today, Men of Tomorrow.
Yes,
there you
sir.
go.
Again, thank you, Brother Dwight and Sister Dean, for having us this morning in Bahamas. Happy belated 52nd Independence Day. We're going to celebrate this for not only the whole month, but we're going to celebrate it for the whole year because we believe together we rise. And so therefore, what Mott Squared is about, it's a mentoring program that focus on mentoring our boys between the ages of 8 and 25. We start off within the primary school. We have a preventive program, first of all. But we start off in the primary school at grade 4, 5, and 6. And then we transition with our mentees onto junior high, senior high, and then, when they reach the age of 18, when they are not considered minor, then we will approach them and ask them to consider us to continue to mentor them up to the age of 25. And hopefully we'll be able to explain that throughout this whole program. When we enter into the school program at the primary school level, and by the way, we are in 3 primary schools and 2 junior high. We're about to go into our 4th primary school, hopefully September, and our 3rd junior high in September. And then we enter into the schools, we approach the administrators, and we ask them based on 4 criteria to select mentees for us. The first criteria is mentees that where there's a lack of a father in the home or a positive male role model. Wow. That's the first criteria. The second criteria is students, boys that are absent without clear reasons for their absenteeism. And then the other one is grades. We're looking at boys who are challenged with their grades and, of course, behavior. Those are the 4 conditions that we ask the administrators to select our mentees for us.
And I suspect that's a good number of people who fall in those categories.
Yes. Our program, when we designed it, because we have a 20-year plan, okay, to be planted into all 41 government schools in the Bahamas. When we came up with our strategic plan, we only planned for 20 males per school. Our voice list from each school, we got 40 boys.
Wow.
And that's from each school.
Yeah.
Now, although we got a recommendation of 40 boys, our problem is parent. And we know that because I listen to your show a lot, and we have a parenting problem. 50% of those boys, parents agrees that they should be a part of the program. Out of those 50% of those boys, only 50% of those are engaged. Okay, so we have a serious problem with our parents and a serious problem of commitment from even those in our community.
And parents,
What's the
men and women,
reason
right?
for that?
Pardon me?
Men and women. Is it mainly the mother? Is it mainly the father? What do you see?
It's men and women because we're dealing with guardians as well.
Yeah.
But majority are females.
Oh boy.
Ms. Dean?
Yeah, do they give any indication of why the 50% that aren't coming out aren't participating?
You're talking about the first 50% or the second 50%, the ones that do not think that their
The
child...
ones that do not come, the ones that do not engage. Like, do we know why the parents aren't allowing them to engage?
It's not that the parents are not allowing them to engage, as the parents themselves are not engaged. Because the ones where the parents are engaged, we have a very, very positive response in attendance from those boys. It's all about the village and the parents. But first, the parents' engagement must be there, and then we can deal with the village.
Wow. Keith?
To clarify engagement, what the expectation is of parents, like what is the expectation that parents do along this program to be engaged?
Okay, I didn't hear that question.
Yeah, she's
clearly.
saying, like, what are you asking of them? Is it you asking them to do anything other than just show up?
Our program is completely free. We make sure that we remove all barriers possible to make sure that we don't have the excuse that, hey, I cannot afford it or whatever reason. Everything we do for our mentees is free. The only thing we ask our parents to do is just come out to the meetings. That's all we do. We meet with the parents at least every quarter, every 3 months. We try to meet with the parents to update them and make sure that, hey, follow up with their children. Like Mr. Dean will come on a little later. He has a very excellent plan as our economic advisor, and follow up with their children to make sure that they are attending and they are following through with whatever assignments that we give them.
Yeah. Wow. And that's a problem for some.
That's a problem for many.
You were about to say something, Keith Dean.
Yeah. DeQuesta, how are you? This is Keith here. Yes.
Hey, Keith. I'm okay. Thank you.
Great. One of the things I think the parenting is not sometimes.
Turn your mic up a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
The parenting is not solely based upon a lack of, what do you want to say, of wanting. There are certain social issues that the country is facing that sometimes affords parents to not have their children attend after, because our kids are. This is an after-school program, mostly after school, and we are finding that when we have Sandlands Primary, I think it's Sandlands. What's the
Sybil Strong?
Sybil Strong that meets in the afternoon where we have the good attendance.
Yes, that's at 12 o'clock.
That's at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
But the after-school program is where we see the diminishing attendance, and I think a lot of it too is, if you have mothers who are double working and are not at home,
right,
and they need their kids to be home, there's lack of transportation getting them to and from school. All of these things factor in. There are some social issues too that factor into the lack of low attendance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so that's something that we have
So,
to
Keith,
look at.
I just want to be clear because I'm not clear. So the parents do not physically need to participate so the kids are present. Is that a correct statement?
Yes.
Okay, that's the clarity I was seeking. Okay, I understand then. Yes.
Yeah, but we do try to get them engaged through take-home assignments. Okay, through take-home assignments, so that we ask them to take something home and have the parents sign it, because we want the parents to see what's going on. And two, we know that for some reason, a lot of the things that we are teaching and sharing with the kids are probably new to the parents.
Right.
Okay, so by having them take this home and go with them, they may be learning something new as well. Okay, so that's the engagement that we ask for the parents, but mostly to come out, because at those meetings we normally recognize the young men, and we want them we want the young men to see that their parents are proud of them. We want, as a community, we want the parents to be showing children that they love them and they want them and they support them, especially these at-risk young men.
Yeah. All right, so many questions, but let's get this out of the way. We've got a texter who, oh boy, he's not going to let this go. But anyway, so can you please, so he's saying it seems to be the single mothers are the problem. Are you seeing that, or are you finding fathers also are resistant? What are you noticing in terms of the parents who aren't willing to participate or to abide by what very few things you're even asking of them? Can you see clearly a pattern?
Well, first of all, when you said that it seems to be the single mothers that are the problem, well, that's the first problem we have there. Why is it the single mothers that we are identifying as the problems? Why is he not saying we are the fathers? Because the fathers are the first step. Any instructions and that was given to the family was Bible-wise, was given to the father. Okay, the mothers are there to magnify what the father has presented. So if the father is not there, the mother cannot magnify what is there. So the problem is the fathers. So I want to stress that, and this is why the village comes in. This is why we are here. And as Ms. Dane pointed out, do we need the parents actually there? No, we don't. Because why? We are stepping in as the fathers. We are stepping in as the source. Yeah. We meet with the boys 8 hours a week. So our mentoring program meets for the primary school, meets Monday through Friday for 1 hour. And on the junior highs, we combine that and we meet from 9 to 5 on Saturdays with our juniors. And the concern is that not that the mothers are the problem, because there's not a problem, okay? They are doing their best, and they are somewhat stressed out, and we are there to help. So if the fathers were there, and they know that, hey, there's this mentoring program to help, if they then say, hey, this is the instructions I give, I'm sure the mothers are going to carry it out. So I don't understand that question too well.
I'm glad you said it. All right, so how many of you are there? How many of you mentors are there with Mott Square?
I'm glad you asked. We are undermanned. Because what happened is that for each school, we would like a minimum. As our target is at least 2 mentors per pillar. And each pillar meets, like I say, every once a week. So that means at each school, we would need a minimum of at least 20, at least 5, 10. 10, okay? So we are understaffed, we are working towards 13. But according to our figures, we would need to be on target 40 mentors.
Wow.
40.
What's the criteria to be a mentor?
Mr. Dean, you want to say what's the criteria we give you to be a mentor?
Well, one of the things that we ensure that all of the mentors, or anybody who wants to be a part of the program, okay, what we do is we take them through, it's a 1 week, everybody goes through it. There's a 1 week familiarization with the things that we do. We recently went through a safeguarding training, and that too is we're pushing towards. Making sure that all of the mentors, making sure that all of the mentors go through that process as well. And we want to make sure too that the mentors that do come do have an appreciation of what is needed in the program. We also say that we do not talk politics.
Okay.
We do not talk religion.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a diversity within our mentors. I can assure you of that. Because sometimes when we just get off on the side, we just have our talks, you know what I mean? And we have our discussions. But but when we deal with the young men, the purpose, we want to make sure that there's a commitment level there for the young men that goes far beyond the just, a personal thing. It's an individual thing. So
yeah.
Let me also add to that. Every like Ms. Brother Dane mentioned, the foundation that we ask every male, because we don't turn away any male.
Okay.
But the condition that we ask every male that desire to be a mentor is to have love. Because in this field, if you don't have love, you're not going to survive. You got to have love, you got to have a passion, and because all of that's going to help you overcome all the challenges that we have. The challenge that we have that, hey, we're not getting those support from the parents, or even we would love to have support from.
Yeah.
What keep us going is that, hey, we have a love for this, and we have a passion for this, and also be ready to prepare, because we do not put our mentors in the presence of our mentees unless they go through a training, as Ms. Dean suggested, and our training is 40 hours, which is 8 weeks or 5 hours of training.
Wow.
Because what I've discovered, what you think you're getting into, you don't realize what you're getting into until you get into it.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to be one of my questions. We have so many questions and calls coming in, but how bad is it? What's some of the surprises you've seen through 3 years now, and is it as bad as some of us are thinking?
It's worse.
Wow.
It's worse.
It's worse.
Wow.
Much worse.
What do you mean?
Let me give you an example.
Yeah, define that. Yeah.
Okay, let me give you an example. And I have to be very careful because I don't want to offend our partner, which is the Department of Education. Department of Education, specifically Director Russell, for allowing us to come into school. But one of the things that I was shocked with when we started the program is that the boys that came to us, almost about 90%, I would say, cannot read and cannot do simple maths. Wow. So now when we entered with our plan, because we have a curriculum, we sit down, we design a curriculum, and the way we design the curriculum is when we were young men, we would have loved to be taught, and now that we are men of today, what we think our men of tomorrow needs to be taught. Right. That's why our pillars, we'll come back to that, but let me finish my this train of thought.
Only primary school, or you seen that in junior as well?
Like I said, we are 3 years, and we entered at the primary school level. So our mentees are traveling with us. I mean, we are transitioning with them. Okay. So we don't enter.
You didn't just start with junior.
Because the foundation. We need to build a foundation first, because if we don't have a relationship with these young men, then the goals that we are trying to achieve will not be achieved. Yeah. So we need to build that relationship first. So we're using that inside the primary school. Now there are exceptions to every rule. And 1 or 2 parents will come and say, listen, my child really need to be a part of this, who are in the junior school. And we'll say, okay, our desire is not to turn away any parent or any child that seeks us. Yeah. So we find a way to integrate them, but we still find a way to try to get our foundations within them. So now, but that's my biggest problem. What's your biggest revelation entering into the program, Mr. Dean?
My biggest revelation entering the program is recognizing the many factors that play into our young men not achieving their true potential. Yeah. And one of them, I think, too, is the just moving the children through from one grade to the next. Because like he said, we do have that problem whereby we have children who are in grade 7 skills, basic mathematics skills. As the entrepreneur leadership trainer in the program, I utilize sometimes the game of Monopoly. And so with that, I get to understand where they're adding and subtracting and skills maybe, and reading skills, because some of them can't read some of the cards. And these are the kids who are now going in grade 7 and have lacked the basic adding and subtracting skills, but should be going in grade 7 doing percentages, decimals, and all of this stuff. And so we find that as a challenge. And so through our progressive learning pillar, we try to help these young men in these different particular skill sets, because we see what they are behind. And as a nation, we're already behind, educationally. What some of the kids... Go right ahead, DeQuesta.
So, Keith, listening to you, I'm hearing about skill gaps, right, in terms of reading and those general skills. But what do boys, in your years of working with young boys, from an emotional standpoint, conflict standpoint, what do they need? What are you seeing that you need to reinforce or you need to teach outside of skill sets?
I think right now what is paramount is anger management. And that's a home front issue as well. Okay, that's a home front issue as well. So we see where that is a real big issue right now, outside of the educational thing. And anger management is an emotional thing. Okay, and our young men, when we think about it, let's be real now, when we think about it, if they are living in a single home dynamic with a mother, okay, and some of them aren't, and we see that even some of the fathers, sometimes when we would call the home and ask the father, hey, we would like to, he'd say, hold on, let me let you speak to the mommy. Wow. Okay, instead of making that decision, let me let you speak to his mother. You know what I mean? So, but in that dynamic, we see where a young man, he's brought up, he's in the home with his mother, He goes to school, all he sees is what? Female teachers. He can go to a bank, and all he'll see is, okay? Yeah. And so his perception of his relevance is being influenced by the societal dynamics of what he sees, okay? And if he is not getting that reassurance of what his position is, he can feel threatened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then too, if they're not being taught how to be controlled in a young age as a child, okay? I remember once I was at an NGO seminar, and one of the ladies said, man, we really applaud what you guys are doing in grades 4, 5, and 6. And me and her were talking, and she said, but we're losing our kids from toddlers.
Oh, my gosh.
We're losing them from toddlers. She said, because they're not being taught how to stop and control how far they should go.
Wow.
Okay? He said, if you look in the animal society, even cubs, the mothers, when they see their children doing something, or the dads, more or less, when they see the kids doing something, they would swat them and stuff. Yeah. And she said, if you look at the family dynamics, if a father's holding his child and the child starts to get, a little antsy, he would stall him and stop him. And this helps the child to understand how far they should go and what they should not do. But if that is not happening, when they get in the schools, okay, they don't know how to do it. It is not as if they don't know how to control their feelings and their emotions because they're not getting that control at home. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, we've got a lot of calls. I just got to ask you really quickly, does it appear that the parents know when the child can't read? Are they aware?
Well, to be honest with you, we don't know if they are aware, because when we meet with when we try to meet with the parents, like we say, they're not engaged, so they don't show up. And when you try to contact them, the conversation is very brief. So for those parents who, like I said, are engaged, most of their boys are fine. Yeah. So you could see the results of why it's this way. But our job is to improve that. And the reason why we cannot answer that question particularly, because, like I said, we are not going to deny any mail, because we need volunteers who could go and visit these homes so that we could go visit these parents, but we don't have the manpower. When I say we're supposed to be working with 40, we would like to be working at this time with 60, but we're working with 40, but we only have 13. So all we can do is focus on the actual direct mentoring. But if we could get those 40, we can go into an actually strategic plan, which is to have one-on-one conversation with the parents. But I'd like to add to that, too, to help us combat that. We're also partnering with a few other NGOs, the Fathers and Sons of Destinies, to help us with the fathers. And we're also looking at Mac Farm to help us with the family. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mac Farm, which is, okay, great. We are partnering with these two particular to help us with the parents and the family. However, and we also partner with Project Time International to help us with the teenagers that are particularly involved in gangs. So we realize that this work is too massive for us. So we are combining our efforts and our vision with those right now, particularly those three NGOs.
Yeah. Talking with Dario Maycock and Dwight. Keith Dean with Mott Squared, Men of Today, Men of Tomorrow. Dario, we should have done this earlier. Hey? Duquesne, can I get these calls in really quickly, then we'll get to your question.
You sure can.
All right. Caller, I know you've been holding for a while. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Great. I'm actually a mentee of Mott Square. My name is Ramon Gananam.
Okay, wonderful.
For the past 4 to 5 months, I was on board, probably before Easter, and I've seen the real necessity of majority of the boys who are men today, men of tomorrow, don't have a stable home. Some are impoverished and some are deemed to be at risk. I know we speak about the village, but the village is just a pronoun. We need some people in the Constitution and in the same environment to help. I notice as generation pass, we have a gap, but I hate most time when people speak about boys, like, even though this is men of today, men of tomorrow, we treat them like tomorrow is promised. A lot of these boys don't have fathers, and why it's so passionate for me, because I was in a single-parent home. But what hurts me is that we are the only example and role models who really, I'm not saying that we, but the Mr. Maycock, I pray for you every day because I know this task is a very huge initiative. But sadly, we speak about it, but we don't do much about it. And today, I'm actually going to CH Reeves to help them out with basketball. But I hate to see boys and males in pools of blood. We speak about the after effect and the counteraction, and we didn't reach out to them. We could save a life. So even though this is the 3rd year anniversary and more to come, if we come together as a collective bargaining agreement, I think things could change, and that's how I feel.
Okay.
I think it is exciting when he says a mentee, but he's one of our new mentors.
He's a mentor already. Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Keep up the great work that you're doing. Let's take another call. Good morning. Are you there? Let's take the call here.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
Doing well.
Yeah. Piggyback on what the gentleman was saying, but only the I grew up in a house with no daddy, just the mother, sister system and everything and all that. You know, I think I'm going to be great. But the thing with it is, the thing is that when I was growing up, I used to go to scouts, arcade practice, like all these different things was there to keep us together when the father wasn't there. They're not strong around no more. And the thing is, a lot of these men them right now who up there in the society who could mentor these guys right now, they are weak now. They're not strong like how the men them used to deal with younger guys back in the day. And the thing with it, these kids that were growing up, I mean, they only 6 months and you have a whole tablet in the hand. The tablet, that's what killing them. The internet was killing these kids. They didn't know how to use TikTok from an age of from 9 months, 8 months. 10 months. Know how to use TikTok. So I mean, no one there. The mother has to give them these mothers. It ain't how it used to be back in the day. The mother give them the tablet so she could be quiet.
As a babysitter, yeah.
It's killing their mind. That's what happening right now, and we need people. We need a lot of men them to step up. And I raise my daughter all the time. I have a 9-year-old, and I try my best to do. I didn't grow up an old man with daddy, but I try for my daughter now as a young man. I try that. You know, if I have any kids, I will be there for them, and that's what I doing now. So it goes a long way, different ways. And the thing with it, before I go, we have these kids, and we know some of them can't read or write because some of them, their brain might not be developed properly. Or that's the thing with it, that we don't check it, we don't go and carry this. Like out in the States, they carry the kids them to check out to find out why their brain is not, some part of the brain is not developing. I mean, sending those signals out for them to learn and so wait, but they good in their hands. They could be confident, masons. Why we always trying to push the kids to be doctors, lawyers, and everything. Right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wow.
Yes, I'd like to also piggyback on what the caller just said. One of the things that we have realized, the reason why we have 8 hours, that's intentional. And as Ms. Dean mentioned about, I think Ms. Dean, that said that the problem starts already from, you, Mr. Dean.
Keith said.
Yes, problem starts from from toddlers. It's because our theory that we follow is 8 hours a week. A child, especially a male, spend in the presence of a positive male role model ends up successful. Now, we know that it is said that to be perfected in a skill or anything, you need 10,000 hours. So if you go from a child 8 hours a week for 25 years, that's 10,000 hours. So we said that, okay, if we can spend 8 hours, although we starting off, we have to start off where we can, because some of us, we cannot go that far down to a toddler, okay? We are not that skilled yet.
Right.
But when we get there, we'll go there. But for now, we have to start off with what we can handle. And we can handle the boy that is age 8.
Yeah.
And all we are saying is that the father, yes, we know the father is not there. And the father has not been there for many years, from since I was a child. My father was there. But my father was at work a lot because he had to provide for 12 children. Wow. He couldn't be home. When he went to work, when he came home, he had 2 jobs. And then at times, he went to church between those jobs. And my mom, she was a fruit vendor. She wasn't home as much. The village was what raised us. And in our village, we had positive male role models. When we went to the barber shop, we had the positive male role model. When we went to the store, we had the positive male role model who run the store. Wherever you went in our community, there were positive male role models. So we spend most of our time in the presence of positive male role model. What is happening now, we still have the village, but the village is basically not positive. So all our young men are doing is I'm pulling, like how we pull from the positive village, they're pulling from the negative village. Yeah. What Mott Square is saying, hey, let's pool our resources together. All of these nonprofit organizations, especially males, let's pool our resources together. Let's come together and work in our community that instead of our males seeing negative male role models, let's let them see some positive male role models. Our problem is our positive male role models that we have identified, they don't have the time and they don't have the money. That's the problem. We need men who are willing to give up 1 hour. And all we ask from Strachan is a male to give us 1 hour a week. That's all we ask. And that's difficult to have our males.
Are you required? Do they need to give money, or tell us about that?
Well, we have a website. You could go on our website, and we ask for donations, for people to donate financially. But more importantly is the time. More importantly is the time, because it's the time that you spend with the child. Our financial request is basically because we try to give a meal after every session. Okay, we try to give a meal after every session, and because we realize that that's an issue too. Okay, we realize that that's an issue. Just like one of the callers said, they come from impoverished homes, and so we understand that having something in the belly is important to them. So we try to make that happen. That's where we try to focus most of our financial efforts. Yeah. And we're trying to partner with some restaurants and stuff like that to ensure that we could maybe bypass the financial and just say, hey, donate some of this and some of that. Like he's saying, we're trying to create that village to support us. And so we just want people to understand, guys, the situation is real. Okay, if we want this country to be solid, if we want this country to remain, then we need to really look at what is happening to our children. And I can be honest, okay, we will be honest, right? It's not just the men that are issue. When we go into these schools, they ask us, where the girls program?
Oh boy.
Okay, they ask us where the girls program, and we say, well, we're focused on our young men because we want to give them male role models in the home. And serious. So we do recognize that, and we've reached out. I know Mr. Maycock has reached out. We've shared that with some of the sister organizations, and they're going to hopefully be stepping up to the plate come shortly. So we see this as a serious need. Yeah. We see this as a serious need. I know, DeQuesta, you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, DeQuesta, remember your question?
It wasn't really a question. It was actually a call to action for all the men that write in to say there are no men programs to jump on board your program, be a volunteer, sign up for mentorship, get involved in assisting young boys growing into, really great citizens of our country. This is a program here, a viable program that can dedicate an hour or two of your time to help young men or young boys become, men. This is the opportunity to just not talk about something, but to do something. So please put your action where your mouth is.
And what I want to say too is that I want to suggest to the media, okay, that we start boosting the positivity of the male role models in this country. We have a lot of great role models in this country, but we don't hear of them. We don't see them enough. We hear about the negativities of this person, that person. We hear about the violence in the streets and stuff, but there are a lot of good role model men that maybe need to be interviewed, maybe need to be seen out there, maybe need to be pulled in on TV, on the TV shows and stuff like that, so that these young men can see that this is what they can aspire to be, that this is what they can achieve. If we share more of the positive, then we will get more of a positive feel from these young men.
Yeah,
Dwight, I'd just like to say thank you. The reason why I say thank you, I've been listening to your show since you came on, okay, over the years. and there was one question comes up, right? And I haven't heard the answer, but I'll be home shouting at myself here. Yes, I will do it, right? You'll always ask one question, and nobody will answer you when you ask the question. And your question always would be, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Last week, you had a guest on, and she was talking about the girls and female program that she had, and she was being attacked. And she said something. It's not the first time she was on. A couple of times she's been on. She always says the same thing because she's always attacked. Y'all men, why don't y'all get up and y'all do your own program and cater to the boys that y'all see need to be made, need to be helped? And she's so right. We present a program representing to the Bahamas Man of Today, Man of Tomorrow. It's a program that works. You can call any of the schools that we are in right now, primary school level, Sybil Strachan, E.P. Roberts, Yellow Eller, or call the director of education direct if you want to find if we are legit. They will tell you, we write our report and we report annually. We are about to submit our annual report next month to all of those. I'm going to send you a copy of that, please, so you can understand what's going on. But become a part. Now, you ask a question if our mentors are required to give financially. No. Once you give your time, that's, as Mr. Dean says, that's more important to us than anything. For who say, I don't have the time, we need the funds. So at least send one $10 or $20 or $30 towards our effort. Because guess what? We would like the 3,000 to 5,000 because our contribution rate goes up to excess of 50,000 that we have to give tribute to. But hey, those 10, 20, and $30, they adds up. And when we're looking at, we have available to us now in the Bahamas about 50,000 men that's supposed to be working. You can imagine 50,000 men decide that, hey, I'm going to give $10 a month to help Mott Square. Wow. $10, that's all we need. Yeah. Okay? And what I'd like to ask you before we leave is that on Wednesday, tomorrow, is our actual anniversary, and we're going to open up with a virtual town hall meeting. It's a regional town hall meeting, actually, and our theme for our celebration is transforming our future generations for a better world. What I'm asking for is please go to our YouTube channel, Man of the Day, Man of Tomorrow. Just type in Man of the Day, Man of Tomorrow in the YouTube search, and our YouTube channel will come up. We need someone to please subscribe so we can go live tomorrow with our town hall meeting. Because with less than 50 persons, you cannot go live on YouTube. So we need 75 if you only sign up for that. Okay, please do that. We're not asking for no money. We're not asking for your time. The come in person. All we want you to do is go to YouTube and hit subscribe to Man of the Day. Man of the Day, Man of Tomorrow YouTube channel.
All right, we got 40 seconds. You said 3 of the schools. Tell us all the schools again, really quickly. The schools you're in right now.
Yellow Eller, E.P. Roberts, Sybil Strachan, A.F. Adley, and C.H. Reeves.
Okay. And you're expanding that, you say. You're hopefully...
Expanded to St. Louis Primary and also to S.M. McPherson.
Okay, wonderful stuff. And again, if you want to be a mentor, how do you sign up? What do you
Please, if you want to, take my number, 454-0129 or 426-6201, or you could go to our website, and there is an email address on our website, and you can just click on that and get it, and our contacts is on our website too.
Give us a website.
The website, Man of the Day, Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have to talk again. I can't believe we waited this long, but thank you. Keep up the fantastic work that you're doing. This is so great to hear this. And we can learn a lot from what you've seen, I'm sure, over these 3 years. But keep up the great work.
Encouraged as you were.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, we are encouraged.
Gary Maycock, Keith Dean, thank you. Men of Today, Men of Tomorrow, Mott Squared. I'm touched. I'm really impressed. Thank you very much. We're going to break and be back to wrap things up. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
And y'all did take so good.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Nassau Cruise Port, Kalik and Ricardo Rum presents the Made in the Bahamas Festival. Join us on Saturday, July the 19th from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. for a cultural affair hosted by Kenny and the Mighty Pencil. Get ready for live performances by Avi, Fan Sean, Ancient Man, and more. Plus music by the best DJs. Enjoy Royal Bahamas Police Force Band, a Junkanoo Rush Out, giveaways, and tasty Bahamian food. Admission is only $10, so don't miss out. Drink responsibly and celebrate proudly.
With RBC, your idea of loving every journey happens now. Free up cash with affordable auto financing from RBC. With competitive rates and no bank fees, it's the perfect time to make every journey something special. Apply now to pre-qualify in 60 seconds at rbc.com/auto loan to shop with confidence. Conditions apply. RBC, your idea of loving your journey happens here.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clocks and Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
It's time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. Cable Bahamas is issuing a press statement contending that its financials are healthy and that the company is in no danger of bankruptcy as a result of competition from low Earth orbit satellites that provide internet access, like those belonging to satellite internet company Starlink. The company issuing the statement in response to an article published by the Tribune yesterday, which claimed that Cable's bankruptcy fears over satellite regulation. Cable Bahamas called the headline misleading and said there's no basis for the financial distress. The Tribune wrote that article after IRCA revealed that it was entering a second round of consultations over satellite internet regulations in the country. Starlink is currently the only registered satellite internet provider in the Bahamas. The government is courting investors in an effort to find developers for sites identified in Cable Beach and downtown Nassau. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper telling reporters on the sidelines of CANTO, the Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organizations, their 40th annual conference and trade expo going on right now, or going on in the Bahamas, in Nassau. Cooper said he could not reveal much of the details surrounding these matters. Back during the budget debate, Cooper hinted about possible investors involved in the creation of entertainment sites downtown, but also did not go into details on the conversations. The Consumer Protection Commission is warning of purported businesses using social media marketplaces to lure unsuspecting consumers after a victim was allegedly scammed out of more than $60,000. Senator Randy Roll telling Guardian Business that the CPC has been receiving an increased number of complaints about people using social media marketplaces and being scammed out of their money. You can find out more about that in business section And Water and Sewage Corporation General Manager Robert Deal says the cabinet has given approval for special purpose vehicles, WSE, to own, operate, and maintain all of Water and Sewage Corporation's desalination plants. Deal says they're concluding negotiations with Aqua Design Bahamas for the acquisition of their 7 desalination plants. A formal announcement is expected to be made following the government's execution of the asset purchase and sales agreement. In your market watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Monday, your market movers, AML Foods Limited moving 4,861 shares, closing at $5.95 unchanged. Bahamas Waste moving 1,000, closing at $10.49 unchanged. Cable Bahamas moving 7,000 unchanged at $3.87. CIBC First Caribbean Bank moving 3,616, closing unchanged at $15.45. Doctors Hospital moving 2,500, down 1 cent to $5.49. Consolidated Water up 19 cents to $6.18, and Emira Incorporated down 10 cents, closing at $11.15. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,981.51, up 0.08. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And to Quest, I got to say this out. Everybody pick up today's NASA Guardian. Some interesting stuff in here, including one pastor writing an open letter to Sebastian. Pastor Lyle Bethel saying it is, quote, obscene, the power that has been given to the gambling boys. But there's also Sebastian's response in here as well, saying, quote, you can't silence purpose. This is, I guess, in response to the suggestion, the possibility that he might consider a run for public office. And so we knew that was going to get a lot of people excited and talking about that. I was supposed to do this yesterday, ran out of time, and forgot about it now. Wishing Jamal and Akira Brown, our colleagues here at the NASA Guardian, happy 18th anniversary. That was yesterday, but Jamal and Akira, we love you both. Happy anniversary. And
happy anniversary.
Hope you enjoyed and enjoy the whole week and more. So great stuff. Duquesa, thank you so much. Going to talk with you soon.
Dwight. Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan, have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.